Now look, here we go. We've got some workshop visitors. This is Buddy in all his glory. This is Candy. She normally has a bark at me. So we're about to do some Benley filming, and it's always nice to have visitors, especially the four-legged variety. Check them out. I love these two. Hi there, welcome to this episode. Now look, it's a great pleasure to me to say we're back on the Benley. We've had a few weeks of doing a bespoke 1100, but I love this little bike. I've never quite got it running right. It's been rideable and it's been enjoyable, but you have to thrash it around town to stop it fouling plugs. It is running rich. So ages and ages ago, my good friend Alan Millyard, he told me, he said, a mate of his has got an identical bike, and he bought a £29.99 carb off eBay and put it on, and it completely sorted it and wishes he'd done it years earlier. So because I've been struggling, and I've rebuilt this carb, as you know, twice, ultrasonically cleaned it twice, I've changed the needle jet, the float needle, I've set the float heights, I've messed around with float heights. This carb has been on and off so many times, and it's still not quite right, but annoyingly not quite right. It's not like it's not quite right, but it's absolutely fine. It's just, it is running rich with this one on. So I took Alan's advice and I bought a £29.99 carb. I'm still a bit cynical about it, to be honest, because the Honda one's 360. How can a £29.99 with a free air K&N style filter possibly work? But look, here we go. It's now on. I haven't filmed it because, as I've just said, we've done it so many times, filming it on and off. Here's the original. If you compare the two, it is an absolute ringer for the original. Even the choke mounting bracket, look, I don't know if you can see it in there, it is the same. The only difference I saw is this elbow on the top to get the cable clear of the frame. Well, I had a little bit of stainless tubing that I bent to that angle. I more or less copied it because the inner was too long to go in the slide and the throttle work. So I added a little elbow onto the top of this. It just had the straight fitment. That's all gone on. It all appears to be working fine. It bolted on perfectly. I haven't touched any of the adjusters, not the pilot air screw or the throttle stop screw. So look, it is on there. So back on the Benley we are. There's a couple of other things I'll point out while we're here. My mate Carl popped round and he said, did I want this free of charge? It didn't have the visor on, but the lid, look at that. For the colour match isn't bad with the cream and the burgundy. So I've now got a sort of matching lid to go with it. So that's happy days. And also up the front here, I've got a CB1000 badge from a bespoke build left over. These have a great big black bit of plastic that fits the shape of the tank on the sort of swage line in the middle. I've ground that down. That's just Gorilla taped on with double-sided tape. I'll tell you, that won't fall off. That tape, my God, it sticks. So it's a little bit bigger than I wanted, but there's an indent there for a Rickman badge, which is missing. I don't want to blow the budget on a Rickman badge. So that one's gone on, and it's more or less the same colour. The lid's more or less the same colour, so I'm really coordinated here, which isn't normally what I do. I'm normally in my Dennis the Menace jumper and go for a ride. But so that's what's been happening with the Benley. The carb is on, the badge is on, I have a matching lid. So let's see if it'll start. Right, fingers crossed, let's fire it up and see what happens. This is a genuine, I haven't got a clue. This could be a horror story. So hang on, I'll put my lid down there. Put the carb down there. Fuel on. Kickstart. Choke on. Well, that's a good sign. The revs are dying straight away, so that's happy. I've got a bit of choke on. It's quite lovely and warm today, so and this is why the pressure's been on, because you know, the weather for the weekend is fantastic. My son has got us 2 tickets for the superbike racing at Silverstone, British superbike, and we normally go via the Super Sausage, and I can't think of a better first trip than to do that on this for its first proper trip out. So I might be jumping the gun here. I'm going to do a little test ride just round the village here. If it seems all right, that trip is on. I've also got my son with me, so if I do break down, I have got assistance to get a lift or whatever. So, but hang on a minute, let's just see. Well, I think that is the best it's ever run. Alan Millyard, I should have listened to you months and months ago. It's not puffing back smoke. I mean, it's cold, you know, and I've put the choke in, so look, that won't tick over. I haven't adjusted the tick over yet either, but I'll get it properly warm and then have a look. The revs are dying. This has always been the problem. The revs hanging, it's taking a long time for the revs to drop. For better or worse, I'm going to take it round the village now. Well, initial impressions are this thing's completely sorted. I think it's fantastic compared to how it was. This thing is fully sorted, it's fantastic. Let me just get neutral, there we go. Oh, it's even ticking over. I haven't even touched the stop screw for the throttle. So, a trip to the Super Sausage and Superbike racing at the weekend with my son Charlie on his Repsol Honda is on. Right, let's see if it goes. Fuel on. Ignition on, choke on, there we go. I'll just warm her up a sec. Charlie's on his Repsol Honda, so he's going to be bored. Off we go. Super Sausage, here we come. Trouble. No problem. You take your time. No problem, you take your time. Okay, you take care. Have a good day. There we go. Right, there we go. Get a bit of dual carriageway, bit of A road. It's going all right though. Yeah. Yeah. It's screaming, isn't it? need it. Neil, nice to see you, man. Oh, hang on. What happened there? Oh dear. It doesn't want to go racing. That's a bit worrying. It hasn't done that before. Tools out. Who's got tools? It's conked out. Fuel's on. Let's see if I make it, Neil.
Well, I only live round the corner. Get stuck. Give it a chance.
Wing and a prayer, mate.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
I think it's just cold. See ya.
See ya. Have a good time. Stop now.
Right, here we go. Beautiful day at the racing. Just a lovely summer's evening ride home, hopefully. See if it starts. There's Charlie on his Repsol. Ready? Yeah. Right, here we go. Now the dust has settled, I just want to take this opportunity to give a quick summary of the day. And look, it was fantastic. The weather was great, which always helps. I met up with mates along the way at the Super Sausage and the bike racing, which is always lovely. The racing was great, and to cap it all, the bike ran flawlessly, way above my expectations. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and in fact I've got a bit carried away. So this morning I've been in the workshop, I've been ferreting around, I've managed to find these panniers, which I blagged off Henry actually. He was going to throw them away after a shoot. So they've been lashed on, and I've got plans afoot, so stay tuned.